She's played one of Weatherfield's most iconic women for nearly 2 decades, survived kidnappings, breakdowns, betrayals, and a wedding that had the whole nation talking. But behind the scenes, the woman who brings Carla Connor to life has been fighting battles that had nothing to do with the script. And now, at 53 years old, she's finally telling fans the truth about what's really been going on. If you've noticed Carla missing from your screens more than usual this year, or wondered why one of Corrie's biggest storylines suddenly felt a little quieter than expected, stay with us, because the real story is far more emotional than anything the writers could have dreamed up. Coronation Street fans have been buzzing for weeks, and honestly, it's easy to see why. This is a story that blurs the line between soap drama and real life in a way that rarely happens, and it's hitting viewers right in the heart. We're talking, of course, about Allison King, the actress who has portrayed Carla Connor since 2006, and the honest, emotional update she's just shared about her health, her well-being, and everything she's been quietly carrying over the past year. It's the kind of update that makes you pause mid-scroll, because underneath the glamour of Weatherfield's cobbles, a real woman has been dealing with grief, illness, and exhaustion, all while trying to deliver some of the biggest storylines of her career. For anyone who hasn't followed Coronation Street closely, a little context helps explain just how significant this moment is. Allison King has been part of the show for the better part of 20 years, first appearing briefly in 2004 before returning in December of 2006 as Carla, the sharp-tongued, fiercely independent businesswoman who took over the underworld factory and never really let go of Weatherfield since. Over the years, Carla has become one of the most enduring characters in the show's history, surviving a kidnapping storyline, a breakdown, the rover's return roof collapse, and more heartbreak in relationships than almost anyone else on the cobbles. Allison herself picked up the Best Actress trophy at the British Soap Awards back in 2012, cementing Carla as one of the most beloved and complicated figures in the show's long history. This year alone, Carla has been front and center in two of Coronation Street's biggest talking points. There was the much-discussed Corrie-Dale crossover, which saw Weatherfield collide with the world of Emmerdale in a way fans had never seen before, and then came the storyline everyone nicknamed Swarla, Carla's wedding to Lisa Swain, a moment that had social media absolutely lit up with reactions. On paper, it looked like Allison King was having one of the busiest, most high-profile years of her Coronation Street career. But according to what she's now revealed, the reality behind the cameras was a very different story. So let's get into what's actually been happening, because this is where things get genuinely emotional. In a video posted directly to her TikTok account, Allison opened up in a way she rarely has before, addressing head-on the criticism she'd received earlier this year for what some viewers felt was reduced screen time, despite Carla being at the center of major events like the wedding and the crossover. Rather than staying quiet, Allison chose to explain exactly what had been going on in her personal life, and it turns out the past 12 months have been extraordinarily difficult for her. She revealed that she lost her mother last August, a loss that would understandably reshape anyone's year. Then, just as the new year began, things got harder. Allison explained that her nervous system felt like it needed, in her words, rebalancing, a clear sign of the toll that grief and exhaustion had taken on her body. As if that wasn't enough, she then picked up a chest infection, which she said she caught from 2 babies she'd been around at work. What might have sounded like a minor bug quickly became something much more serious. Allison described coughing constantly, night after night, to the point where her right lung began to hurt. She said her chest was, in her words, sick of the coughing, and that the discomfort became a genuine daily struggle. Here's the detail that really brought the story home for fans. Allison revealed that all of this was happening at the exact same time she was filming the Swarla wedding, one of the most talked about events in Coronation Street this year. While viewers at home were watching Carla walk down the aisle in one of the show's most celebrated moments, Allison herself was fighting to get through each take while battling a lingering chest infection and a body that was clearly telling her to slow down. It's a stark reminder that what we see on screen rarely tells the full story of what's happening behind it. Allison also spoke about how the illness affected her outside of work. She's previously described swimming as a form of therapy for her, something she relies on to manage stress and stay grounded. But with her lung and chest in such discomfort, she found herself unable to exercise the way she normally would, cutting off one of her main outlets for coping during an already emotionally heavy year. For someone processing the loss of her mother while carrying one of the show's biggest storylines on her shoulders, losing that outlet on top of everything else clearly made a difficult stretch even harder. Now, here's the part fans have been relieved to hear. Despite everything she's been through, Allison was clear in her update that she is now feeling, in her own words, good and happy. In the same video, she shared a lighter, more hopeful moment, showing herself trying reflexology and Reiki with a friend, describing the experience as amazing. It was a small but meaningful glimpse into how she's been taking care of herself and finding ways to recover, both physically and emotionally, after such a demanding year. Unsurprisingly, the reaction from fans has been huge. Across social media, viewers have been flooding the comments with messages of support, many saying they had no idea what Allison had been dealing with while delivering some of her most memorable performances as Carla. A lot of fans admitted they'd felt frustrated earlier in the year about Carla's reduced screen time, only to now feel a wave of guilt and sympathy once they understood the real reason behind it. Entertainment outlets picked up the story quickly too, with headlines focusing on Allison's honesty and the emotional weight of everything she'd been juggling behind the scenes. There's something about a soap star choosing to be this open, rather than simply disappearing quietly and letting rumors fill the gap, that tends to earn a huge amount of respect from longtime viewers, and that's exactly what's happening here. It's also worth mentioning that this real-life health update has landed at an oddly poignant moment for the character of Carla herself. Coronation Street spoilers around the turn of the year revealed that Carla was set to face a major health scare of her own on screen, with storylines involving Lisa Swain, a flooded flat, uncomfortable discoveries connected to Lisa's late wife, and mounting emotional pressure on Carla's relationship. Watching a beloved character go through her own frightening health storyline, while knowing the actress behind her was quietly fighting through genuine physical illness at the very same time, has added an extra layer of emotional resonance for fans who've been following both threads closely. Life imitating art, in the most bittersweet way possible. So, what does all of this mean going forward? Both for Carla Connor as a character and for Allison King as one of the show's most important stars? For now, there's no indication that Allison is planning to step back from the role or reduce her presence on the cobbles long term. If anything, her willingness to speak so openly about her struggles suggests a woman who is determined to keep working through adversity rather than retreat from it, something Corrie fans have come to associate with Carla herself over the years. There is a certain poetry in that. Carla Connor has always been the character who gets knocked down again and again, only to pull herself back up and keep fighting, and it seems her real-life portrayer shares more than a little of that same resilience. That said, fans will understandably be watching closely to see whether this honesty leads to any changes in how Carla's storylines are paced going forward. Some viewers are already speculating that producers may lean into slightly lighter or less physically demanding scenes for Carla in the coming months, giving Allison more breathing room to fully recover after such a grueling year. Others believe the show might use this moment to deepen Carla's ongoing storyline with Lisa, exploring themes of vulnerability, healing, and support that would mirror what Allison herself has just been through. Nothing has been officially confirmed on that front, but given how closely Coronation Street has woven real emotional truth into Carla's journey before, it wouldn't be a surprise if echoes of this year show up in the writing down the line. There's also plenty of chatter among fans about what this means for the future of the Swirler relationship itself. Carla and Lisa's romance has quickly become one of the most talked about pairings on the show, and with Carla's on-screen health scare still fresh in viewers' minds, some fans are wondering whether the writers will push the couple through even more turbulence before allowing them a moment of real peace. Whether that's the direction the show takes remains to be seen, But if Coronation Street's history has taught us anything, it's that calm rarely lasts long on this particular street. At the end of the day, this is a story about far more than ratings or storyline twists. It's about a woman who spent an entire year grieving her mother, fighting through a painful chest infection, and pushing through physical discomfort, all while continuing to deliver one of the most demanding roles in British soap opera. Alison King didn't have to share any of this. She could have let the criticism about screen time slide by without explanation. Instead, she chose honesty, vulnerability, and a message that ultimately ends on a note of hope, because as difficult as the past year has been, she's telling fans loud and clear that she's doing better now and that she's grateful for the support she's received along the way. So there you have it, the real story behind Carla Connor's quieter year on Coronation Street and the genuinely heartbreaking journey Alison King has been navigating away from the cameras. It's a powerful reminder that the people who bring our favorite characters to life are dealing with real struggles of their own, often while the whole world is watching them play someone else's. What do you think about Alison's honesty in sharing this update? Are you hoping to see Carla get a softer, more settled storyline in the months ahead? Or do you think the drama on Weatherfield's cobbles is only just getting started? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed for more of the latest Coronation Street news, updates, and everything happening both on and off the cobbles.